Decentralized confidential computing, or otherwise known as DeCC. That is the latest innovation from one of the true leaders in the crypto privacy sector, Secret Network. Okay, but what is it? And more importantly, and more specifically, how does it help the seemingly endless list of new AI models that are training for use right now? DeCC has a very important use case when it comes to AI protocols. We'll be diving into that specifically in this video, and we're going to connect all the dots between Secret Network, DeCC, and of course, AI, artificial intelligence. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. Maybe you're big into crypto AI, as we are. Privacy, that's another important sector. Whatever the case may be, wherever you direct your efforts, I hope you do very, very well. Genuinely. Okay, but my well-wishing aside, I just want you to remember that I'm not an official financial or investment advisor. And as such, just remember that this video is not official financial or investment advice. Let's talk about why we need DeCC at a top level. Okay, to begin with, Secret Network, for context here, is certainly a pioneer in privacy. You already know that. And you probably also know that we need at least some type of privacy in crypto in order to get to mass adoption. Pseudonymous just isn't enough. The ability of someone using a block explorer to see all our transactions is not going to cut it. And previous solutions were all or nothing, very binary. And so, of course, governments around the world said we want nothing because they can't tax your transactions if they can't find them. And to be candid, in most cases, true 100% privacy is not possible, nor is it realistic. So we have to ask ourselves, what is the next best thing? What Secret Network proposes is that you get to decide when, what, and to whom your data is made available, whether it's public or private. When I get paid for a service, for example, in crypto, personally speaking, I don't want that information to be public. But let's say I lost a bet to a friend, for example, for $50, and I have to pay him back in USDT. In that context, it doesn't matter to me quite as much whether this is public or private information. And as a bonus, regulators are much more open to the idea that some transactions can be private and others public. This is Secret Network's new innovation, DeCC, or again, Decentralized Confidential Computing. You decide how private your data should be, you decide who sees it, and really isn't that what most of us would want in the first place? The ability to keep the control instead of it having taken away from us. There are some serious implications to this kind of innovation, especially when it comes to AI. We're going to look at that in just a second. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by Secret Network. And as we've been discussing, the Secret Network is crypto's home for decentralized confidential computing. That is where you control your data and you decide what, when, how, and to whom you disclose your data publicly. Exactly the way it should be. Protect yourself with decentralized confidential computing from Secret Network today, plus earn over 10% in staking rewards on SCRT, all while taking charge and deciding who gets to see your transactions and other important data. Check out the link in the description below and try the Secret Network today. Okay, let's now talk about AI and DeCC. Because as we know, and as we've been witness to for the last several years now, artificial intelligence is changing everything, a little bit at a time, but increasingly rapidly. And we're all witnessing this, we're all seeing it happen. And with all these changes, there's one huge red flag that keeps presenting itself. And I'll illustrate that red flag with the example of Microsoft. So for instance here, will they, through OpenAI, use all of our data without permission to train their models? Are we going to lose control of our data again in the same way that we did in the first round with Facebook, Google, and Amazon? Unfortunately, the answer to this question looks like it's going to be yes. That is, of course, unless decentralized AI becomes successful. And one big influence on decentralized AI is the access to the data. You can already see in the examples that I'm citing here, there are in fact a few projects trying to prevent the huge centralized silos of data that we have in Web 2. And they need ways to let you decide if, how, when, and for how much you're going to monetize your data, if in fact that is your choice. That is exactly where DeCC comes in. Entire systems around storage, access, and incentives need to come together in order to prevent the open AI protocols of the world from misusing your data for their direct benefit. DeCC works so well because Secret is not building out its own AI network. If they were, they might keep this privacy-preserving tech to themselves as a differentiator. But instead, many of the decentralized AI projects like Aura, Kip, Singularity/ASI, and others that you see here commenting about its importance can all use DeCC in the ways that work best for their projects. And we can see the warning signs everywhere. In Web 2 and internet, business models just seemingly changed one day from offering pay-for-access to so-called free access in return for your data, of course. Okay, but this time we can see it coming, and we're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. Secret Networks DeCC is at the forefront of the decentralized AI movement.
And so if this market pulls back hard under this level and then consolidates and comes back, we're likely to sell and stall.
The global AI market right now sits at about $200 billion, which, by the way, is up $60 billion or up about 30% from 2022. This growth is going to continue without question. And just like the explosive growth of the internet, for every Linux or Slack, there are going to be many pet.coms too. In other words, there are going to be successes and failures, but the entirety of the market will continue to grow, no doubt. The AI crypto space is much smaller, but it's also growing pretty quickly. We have a market cap right now, as of this recording, of $29.3 billion. So, that's sizable. Okay, but we have to also consider that AI and crypto need each other. In fact, you could argue that they're made for each other. AI does the task, but then crypto and blockchain can do two other very important things. Number one, digital native payment methods, and number two, proof of truth or verification of performance. Whatever you want to call it, whatever semantics you use, this is a fundamentally crucial step. And it doesn't seem realistic to employ AI agents, especially those doing automation work, and then not find a digitally native way to pay them. I mean, if you think about it, what are we going to do? We are not going to ping JP Morgan Chase or Barclays Bank for a payment. That's not going to happen. And we see daily all over the world how banks are not processing payments or withdrawals for people when it's your money. They certainly won't pay an AI autonomous agent just because they ask. And you don't have to look far. You can see examples on your screen from Russia, Cuba, India, Australia. Whatever you think about those countries' respective governments, the practice itself is concerning, and it's happening all across the world. It's a global phenomenon that we've been witnessing. DeCC allows for AI training models to be private, so both individuals and large institutions, as well as enterprises, can create proprietary models for business uses, and both can keep sensitive details private. This privacy allows the use of cloud-based computing services or local devices while gaining all the benefits of AI and large language models. Users can employ AI models while protecting their own data, controlling what is used, or monetizing that data by sharing it, and even create personal models for private use if they want. And this really is only scratching the surface. A truly decentralized AI ecosystem must employ confidential computing to make full-scale adoption possible. AI needs crypto, and honestly, crypto also needs AI. Crypto payments for AI services give more credibility to crypto as a payment system outside the USD. And once you see how crypto and AI help each other, it is clear how programs like the Secret Networks Decentralized Confidential Computing can help us get there. I'm going to urge you to give Secret Networks DeCC a try today. Some of your favorite apps are already using it, so check it out once again by clicking the link in the description of this video below.